Hello, investors. It's Don Vandenbord, Chief Investment Officer with Revere Asset Management. Today is Friday, March 8th, 5:43 p.m. Eastern Time, coming to you from St. Augustine Beach, Florida, with tonight's Revere Market Insight video. Today, the market, we're in an uptrend since the O'Neill follow-through days back on November 1st and 2nd. You can see the trend gauge over here. Not good action today, and NVDA had what looked like to be an exhaustion climax negative reversal. Only time will tell if that's for certain, but that coincided with a big move, a big negative reversal in all of the indexes today, making new highs, then reversing to close below the prior day's low. We're still showing 4 green arrows, but taking leaders down a notch as ones that were extended came back quite a bit. They might need some more work. And all 5 of the major indexes, the Dow sitting right on its 21-day. The short-term trend, all 5 of the major indexes except that are above their short-term 21-day, medium-term 50-day, long-term 200-day moving average. So what happened today? I kind of mentioned it already. New highs out of the gate. Jobs report before the open had some mixed data in it. The market opened up slightly and then ran for about 40 minutes, and then a very, very strong negative reversal for 3.5 hours to the downside, a bounce, and then a sell-off into the close. Warrants caution. I'm going to compare today to where we topped in July and what to be on the lookout for if we're going to be in the same situation. Here are the numbers on the day. Big 7 down 1%, led to the downside by NVIDIA, down 5.55%, RG8 down 0.4, S&P down 0.65, equal weight just barely lower. Breadth wasn't that bad today since the Russell acted well. Relatively speaking. NASDAQ 100 down 1.44, equal weight down 1.1, Dow down 0.2, mid caps down 0.5%, Russell 2000 down 0.1%, Global 6040 down 0.26, in-house GROTECTION down 0.89%. Let's get into the charts. I will be rushing through this because I have no idea if the recording is going to work or not, and I'm not going to put a 20-minute video together only to see it not save. So here's the S&P 500. You can see this candle, higher high, negative reversal, looks a lot like the July 23rd negative reversal, actually July 27th. That kicked off a 3 waves down correction before this latest leg took off to the upside. So this is kind of what we want to look for over the next week. We had 3 inside days relative to that long candle, long bar, before rolling over and breaking the 8-day exponential moving average, unable to get back above the 8 and then giving it up versus the 21 and then eventually the 50-day moving average. So be on the lookout for this. This was after a strong 2-month rally up. We're talking about a strong 4-month rally up here. If it's time to take a break, this is the type of action that we'll be comparing next week to. That's the S&P, NASDAQ 100, somewhat similar with the negative reversal close below the 8-day exponential moving average. We're still holding the 21 as we have been basically what seems like forever. Here's the Dow, not down much today, sitting right on the 21. Mid caps and small caps, the only indexes that were positive on the week, but they also had outside negative reversals. But they look a lot healthier than and they acted better this week, showing relative strength really for about a week and a half now. So if they can carry the torch while the big caps correct, that will work just fine. The VIX. VIX was up today with the market down, not a surprise there. The dollar gapped down for the 3rd day in a row and looked like it wants to put in a bottom as it hammered off of the low and trended higher all day. That coincided with the markets coming off. Gold, silver, and gold and silver stocks. Gold was up today, 0.85%. Silver was down slightly, and gold stocks were down slightly. Bitcoin had kind of a wild day, made new highs, gave it all back, regained most of it up 2.22% on the day. Broad bond index is not a lot of movement in bonds today, but bifurcation again with the long end. Here's the broad bond index price slightly higher. That means that on average, yields were slightly lower. Here's the 20-year price down, however, so the 30-year bond up slightly higher in rate, and the 10-year down near the recent lows, basically about 4-week lows. All right, let's get to the tail of the tape. Hopefully it saves. We'll hit a couple of charts then. Non-farm payroll. Way more jobs than expected, but January and December and January were revised lower and wiped out that gain, and the unemployment rate ticked up to 3.9% and 3.7% was expected. Down one is the day count, third day above the 8-day exponential moving average. To sectors, solar was strong. Oh boy, I didn't want to do that. Thank God for the undo button. Solars were strong. They should be in green, and I'm putting way more time into that than I should. All right, other sectors that were up: energy, financials, utilities, real estate, and gold. Bonds mixed. Semiconductors and tech is what led this sell-off to the downside. From a portfolio standpoint, we added to pretty much out of the gate when we saw the strength, we added to our Bitcoin IBIT. Then we trimmed AMD. It got really extended to the upside and started to reverse along with NVIDIA. We locked in about a 21% gain on that recent partial add. And then we trimmed some SSO as we got above 5%, like 5.2, 5.3. At it, so we wrapped up some gains on SSO. Then we hedged our NVIDIA position with NVDQ. So basically, this is a -2 times single stock ETF that performs every day. It should give you -2 times whatever the NVIDIA does. So NVIDIA down 5.5% today. NVDQ was up 10.8% today. So basically, we hedged half of NVIDIA. All this volatility plays itself out. So the bottom line, the index has made new highs early before a strong reversal to a bearish engulfing, and we'll see what next week brings. We'll go through a few charts here. We'll start off with NVIDIA. Negative reversal. As you can see, that's a clear change in character. Down further after hours too, breaking below 860. Just maybe time for that to take a break. AMD, big negative reversal as well. As I said, we locked in half of that recent buy. Uber, basically everything, you're going to see a similar candle today, negative reversals across the board. Couple things that were positive on the day: Airbnb to the upside, Toll Brothers, a home builder, to the upside, oil's acting well, Valero was up, along with several others. Coin having a good day, along with Bitcoin. American Express continues to show strength, just barely down on the day. Nutanix, this is one that we own in-house that was positive on the day besides NRG. From the emails, excuse me, Don at RevereAsset.com. The phone's 855-REAL-WEALTH. That's 855-732-5932. Our flat switch of July that brought on a that's going to wrap it. Asset management, telling it like it is. Thanks for listening and have a great weekend.